Hello everybody, this is Xenocadet2543 welcoming you to kind of a continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy IV The Complete Collection for the PSP. It's kind of a new LP. I'll put it in the same playlist probably. I might make a separate playlist as well for Interlude. We're going to be doing Final Fantasy IV Interlude. This is a fairly short game. Of course set a little after the main Final Fantasy IV. I have done a practice run, so the bestiary does have some stuff filled in. I'm going to be avoiding that, but there's not very much backtracking allowed during interludes. So we're going to be... I missed a few enemies on my first trip, on my first little practice run, which did not get to the end of the game, by the way. I did not finish the game, I just did like a session that I ended up scrapping, because we missed a couple enemies. So we're just going to start a new game. But just... That's why the bestiary is a little bit filled in. Once we get to that. Anyway. Interesting. Okay, well, okay, let's get up. We got these two. I'm gonna change all our settings real quick. This is all fine. We want that on. I'm gonna go to this. Yeah, let's go this wallpaper. Sure. And I'm gonna change the dash button. Real quick. There we go. Everything's all set up. So we start this game with our familiar Cecil and Rosa. Here's what they come with. We have no items, no money. You know, we're decently leveled. But here we are in Baron. I'm just gonna... I guess we should talk to people. Yeah, we should talk to people. No problems to report, that's cool. There's nothing there. Oh good, Damsian got rebuilt since our last time. There's a save point here if you want to use it, but we don't need to. We've only just started the game. Yeah, we can't go to a lot of places. There's a lot of places that are just walled off. Like the entire right side of the castle. We got a tent of dry ether and some money. That's good. There's the 2 rooms of magic down here. But they're not going to tutorialize us anymore. Because, you know, we've beaten the main game. At least that's the assumption. What did you say? Ah, we have our new vice captain of the Red Wings, Biggs. Everyone's wondering where Kane is. Kane's kind of missing. But you know, that was something we knew. Yeah, people are saying the same things. Let's just get out of Baron. There's nothing to do here other than grab those 3 chests. We can't even go into the town. Let's set our course for Damsian. All of our flight this game will be on rails. So there's very little backtracking allowed. By the way, here's our title screen. Yeah, the Interlude is very much an on-rails, very railroady plot. Here we are with Rydia, though, in the Fame Arch. None of these NPCs have anything interesting to say. They have the same, like, few lines of dialogue. The treasures did get restocked, at least. So you can get a Phoenix down and an alarm clock here. We cannot pause as Rydia. I'll take a look around everywhere. You can read all the books about summons. I'm going to read all these books. I'm not going to read them out loud, but... With the use of a bestiary, even those monsters which we cannot discern will be fully revealed. That's interesting, actually. Did not know that a bestiary would work. Although I'm sure it doesn't actually add it to the bestiary. We'll check out this area down here. Yeah, they mostly say the same stuff about how we should stay here and not go back to the human world. I sure wish you'd summon me one day. Yeah, you can't buy anything here. These aren't real shops. It's just a reused map. I will grab this Phoenix down. Then we'll talk to everyone. 5,000 gil. 6,000 gil. Getting lots of money here. We're gonna grab these things. Yoichi arrows, elixir, dry ether, killer bow. This is all missable, by the way. Everything here is missable. We're gonna ignore that for a bit. Grab these other two chests. An ether and a maiden's kiss. They might be useful. And we're going to talk to Queen Asura. Aww. And Rydia's off to go to the celebration of the rebuilding of Damsian. But she assures that she's going to come back, and we have that weird hazy effect. Anyway, back to Cecil and Rosa on the airship, still flying by Kaipo. Gosh, they take forever. This is one slow airship. The Enterprise is much faster than this. Oh, hi, Wedge. Yeah, the Enterprise is a lot faster than your airship. I'm not surprised the Enterprise is catching up. That looks slow even for the Enterprise. Jeez. Also, you can't land in the... Since when has have these airships been able to land in the desert? I'm sorry, we couldn't do that last game. Anyway, there's no music here. I'm just gonna talk to everyone. We're gonna pay a visit to the Enterprise. We find out that, you know, Sid, Powell, and Porum are all inside. Can I steal the Enterprise? I cannot steal the Enterprise. But, anyway, this is our first area we can get encounters. We're going to show off some things, such as over here. We can't go into the waterway. It's just a little plot wall. There's nothing over to the southwest, really. There is this extra bridge over here, so we can walk over here to Antlion and Mount Hobbs. However, if we go into Antlion, we can't. They're good about plot walling you. Hello, Sandworm. Pretty much everything dies in one hit. Hello, Goblins. These are enemies that I've seen before, but, you know, because we did the first playthrough, or I did a little playthrough of it, and I didn't want to erase all the data. I deleted the saves, I think, but I don't think it doesn't delete the bestiary data, unfortunately. I think I would have had to erase all my data for the original game to get rid of the bestiary, so oh well. We got a bronze hourglass, that's cool. I don't mind that. Let's take a look at our bestiary. I mean, there's going to be some enemies in here that we have not seen yet, but I'm going to only look at the things that we have killed. Goblins, this is what they are. And Sandworm. Most of the enemies are things that we will encounter shortly. Within the first little bit of the game. So all those other things. I mean, most of them are things we saw in the main FF4 game anyway. And they're all things that we'll be seeing at some point fairly soon in this game. We don't need to save here. We're just going to peek Mount Hobbs. Everything's under control. We can't go there. Yeah, so this game does limit you a bit, which is, you know, I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that. We do have some enemies to kill around here. I am going to go over all of the enemies that can spawn here. I'd like to at least show off a battle with each of them. Because there are a number of enemies that can spawn in this damn scene area. Here's Hundlegs. There's another enemy. You're not going to kill. They're really not worth much. Bestiary, that was Hundlegs. We'll be seeing, I mean, really we're going to see all of these first, like, few. All these early enemies, like, all these ones that are filled in here, we'll be seeing in this area. Or you can find in this area. You've already seen Sandworm. I'm kind of a little annoyed about the 5 gil, but whatever. It's not a huge amount. We have 15,000, I think, from all the chests. Because anything that Rydia picked up just goes into Cecil and Rose's inventory, inexplicably. Just to show that there is indeed nothing down here. That is a dead end. And we don't have the hovercraft. I'm just gonna kill you. You get one shot. Like, it's one hit to get rid of you, and then I get 22 more gil. It's not a huge gil swing, but whatever. Yeah, we don't have the hovercraft, so we can't cross these rocks. But yeah, I think most of the rest of this video is just going to be doing this. I am not going to deal with all of those goblins. That's just too many enemies. It's too much of a hassle. And I want to show off some of the newer enemies, which I know can spawn here. Come on, game. Can you give me something new? I've seen only 3 of the enemies. There's like... I know there's a good 5 other enemies that can spawn here. And I'm not talking about this formation. Goodness. We've seen this. We have seen Hundlegs. Hundlegs is not new. Like, I've only seen the same 3 enemies. I'll take a high potion. I mean, that's another thing we can do. We can get from this is we can farm some high potions and stuff, which are useful. They're not super necessary, but they are nice to have. I want to see if I can get a beach background. We got the beach background. Beach background. I want beach background. It's the same enemies, though. Like, come on. How hard are these enemies to find? This is ridiculous how we just haven't seen most of these enemies. Like, I get the same 3 enemies over and over again. Seriously? But if you want to complete the bestiary in this game, this is kind of what you have to do. You kind of have to do some enemy farming. Or some encounter farming. Especially at certain points later in the game. There are some places where you really have to do some encounter farming. Where there's like 4 different enemies that can spawn in this one little tiny area. Oh hey, it's a new encounter. We found something. The sword rats and the tiny mages are new. Rosa can bonk the goblins to death. But that's 2 new enemies. See, there are plenty more enemies here. We will go over the 2 new enemies. Sword rats and tiny mages. Yeah, 5 and 6 here. Here's sword rats. They're basically the same as they were in the other game, in the main game. I think there's only 3 more enemies to find. Which is still, like, silly that we haven't seen them yet. We will get to Damsien Castle next time. I'm just gonna be looking for enemies the rest of this part, but I'm gonna actually look over here. Like, I don't care that I'm getting first strikes. This is basically, like, you're just wasting my time with other enemies that I don't care about. I don't want those encounters. I don't want to deal with that encounter again. I'm gonna just wobble back and forth on this little tip. Can we not? Can you show me an encounter I actually care about, and not just the same 3 or 4 encounters over and over? I know there's 3 other enemies that can spawn here. Like, this isn't even worth it for the money or the experience. No! Stop! Stop with the same 4 encounters. Like, I know there's entirely different enemy formations that we haven't seen yet. I'm going back to the desert. Because I don't know, I feel like they'll spawn there. This is ridiculous that these enemies just aren't showing up. Like, what is this? It's not like they're rare encounters. I am in shock that these enemies just don't want to show up. Come on. What happened to the 4 Desert Sahagin encounter? I just want to see that encounter. Well, plus another one. There's a couple encounters you need to see. No. No sandworms! Oh my goodness, I have seen so many freaking sandworms. I don't want to see any more sandworms. No more sandworms. No more goblins, either. I am done with these encounters. No! No, I don't want that! Show me new enemies. There's like 3 new enemies here that we have not seen. And you keep showing me sandworms, and I don't want sandworms. This is like ridiculous encounter luck. No! I don't want this! Like, this is the only place that the Desert Sahagin spawn. Okay, so there's only like 4 different encounters that can, or 5 different encounters that can show up here. And we've only been missing one of them, I think. That feels wrong. Because I definitely feel like I've seen... Yeah. That's the other thing about this, is just the encounter lists on the wiki are just wrong. And not comprehensive. Well, I mean, you can they're not complete. They don't list every encounter, they just list the common encounters. Which is like, yeah, that's cool, but, like, I need to know what enemies are in this area for bestiary purposes. Because there are certain dungeons that they just don't list enemies on the dungeon page, and then they list them on the actual enemy page. If you go to the bestiary, it'll be like, oh yeah, this is where to find it. And I'm like, you couldn't list that on the page of the area where you list in the enemy section? Goodness, the wiki for this is pretty sloppy. That's what this LP is for. For filling in the gaps left by the wiki. Because the wiki is bad. It's not actually that bad. Like, the wiki is generally pretty good, but... not great with Interlude. To be fair, this is not, like, a mainstream, like a main series game. Oh my goodness. I'm straight up gonna save and reset the console, I think. I'm just gonna reset the console. Just to reinitialize some RNG, I don't know. Because this is just ridiculous. We are resetting the console. No, I don't want to do FF4. I want Interlude. We are reloading our save. Oh my goodness, please, game. Oh my gosh. Can you not? Can I find Desert Sahagins? Or the other 2 enemies that show up here? The fact that we haven't seen 3 enemies that are supposed to show up here is... or that do show up here, because I've seen them in my other... in previous playthroughs that didn't finish the game. This is ridiculous. Like, this is ridiculous levels of bad luck. I might just have to find them off screen, or we'll just show them in the bestiary or something. But goodness gracious, this is ridiculous. Trying to find these enemies. No! Stop showing me all the same 4 encounters. I know there are 2 other encounters here. I'm gonna try coming down here, seeing if that gives me better luck. This is a different formation. I think there are different formations down here. I don't know. The 4 goblin formation, that seems sketchy. I think this is it. There's a different set of formations. There's a different set of enemies right here. Because here are 2 of our enemies. Eyewing Moths and Larvas. Feels like they only looked in certain places for enemies. And they didn't look everywhere closely. And that's obviously an issue. But yeah. That's 2 new enemies right there. So we have Eyewing Moths here. Pretty same. Here's Larvas, also pretty same. We're gonna try to find Desert Sahagins, which are probably also in this little area. I'm not interested in you again. Now all I can get is Eyewing Moths and Larvas. Here's the Desert Sahagins. So yeah, if you're having trouble finding them, come down to this little area. But that should be all of the enemies that we can find in this general vicinity. And next time, we will be heading into Damsian Castle. Let's go over the bestiary real quick before we do that. Because enemies... Hello, Desert Sahagin. Just for the Desert Sahagins. That's the Desert Sahagin. Next time we head into Damsian Castle to talk to all the people. What also bothered me about this game is just the bestiary is not in order. Just to warn you now, the bestiary is not in order based on area or anything. It's kind of random. Not totally random, but kind of random. Anyway, that is going to do it for this part. Next time we will head into Damsian Castle, talk to all the people, celebrate its reconstruction, all that good stuff. See you then.